a lot of what I'm saying here on this channel is piecemeal, in the sense that it's things that come to mind from time to time, and there's not an organization of thoughts, or it's not necessarily, you know, one video leading into the next. Now, in my writing, which I'm working on now, my extended essay, "The Lockdown is a PSYOP," there is an order to things. There is a general orderliness to the manner in which it is being written. But things that come to mind from time to time just pop up in my mind and strike me as being worthy of being talked about, and that's kind of how I do it here on this channel. And of course, I've spent a lot of time talking about the virus crisis lately. Much as I would like to branch out more, I find that it does rivet my attention, simply because it represents something that is very frightening, very sinister. And I'm not talking about the virus itself. I'm talking, of course, about the steps that have been taken, the edicts that have been pushed by the powers that be to erode our freedoms and to install a quote-unquote new normal, or new reality even, as I recently saw on that ad for Las Vegas, or whatever. However they're phrasing it, they've got something in mind. There's no doubt in my mind, as there is no doubt in many other people's minds, that, and I'm hardly alone on this score, that this is a largely contrived, largely manufactured crisis. It isn't to say that there isn't an underlying virus. I'll posit that there is indeed an underlying virus that is the pretext for this massive seizure of power, this illegitimate seizure of power by various sources who have certain agendas to push, namely greater power and greater control over the rest of us. Now, something that struck me very early on, and I remember I was actually in Atlanta. It was the last time I was there, in my hometown, the town that I grew up in, but the town which I've now gone on record a couple of times as talking about how much I dislike and how much visiting there is really just a hassle and a grief not worth undertaking, even though I meet up with family and with friends. It's just a blighted city. But in any case, I was in Atlanta, I think it was in March, when everything was when the lockdown was starting to happen. You could see the way the wind was blowing, and it was all very frightening. And I remember talking to a friend in Atlanta, and I said to my friend, when have you ever had a crisis before? When have you ever had a health scare before, or when has a particular disease ever been an issue before, where we're relentlessly shown this picture of the illness itself, the germ itself, the microorganism itself, the virus itself, supposedly, ostensibly. I mean, again, I'll posit that this thing that they keep showing us is indeed this novel virus, which once called the coronavirus, now called COVID-19. Whatever. What's in a name? But anyway, there was something about just early on that struck me about how every story that you read about this crisis, there was that disgusting little ball with all the nodules on it. And I say it's disgusting. I mean, I think you look at it and it does evoke or provoke this sense of disgust and the sense of fear. But really, it's just a microscopic organism. There's probably a ton of microscopic organisms that look a lot like this thing, this what is it, red ball with green little antennas or whatever the hell. However, I mean, I might be getting the colors wrong right now. But it doesn't really matter. The point is, my point is, they made that picture so front and center, and they just put it out there. Anytime there was a COVID-19 or coronavirus update, there's that picture of that ball, and you saw it everywhere. And at the time I brought this up to my friend, he was like, it's just a way to denote the virus. It's no big deal. It's I don't think there's anything sinister about it, but I mean, I don't know what HIV looks like. If you ask me to show you the HIV virus, I don't know what it looks like. If you were to ask me what cancer looks like, I don't know what cancer looks like. I don't know what Ebola looks like. I don't know. Think of a ton of diseases that are way more serious, way more lethal, way more deadly, and I've never seen a picture of any of these illnesses. What cancer growth looks like close up. I'm sure they all look different. Just like snowflakes, I'm sure no two cancers are alike. But there was something about the pictorial reference that always struck me as like, they're messing with us here. They're trying to get into our heads. They're trying to make us have this sort of primordial sense of disgust and fear and loathing of this little gross little ball, that's going to get inside of that's going to get inside of us and make us sick, and it's going to sicken the world, and so we've got to be in fear all the time, and sanitizing our hands all the time, wearing masks all the time, never leaving our houses, because this ball is everywhere. These balls are bouncing all around outside. They're falling from the sky, it seems to me, from an early, from the very inception of this whole debacle, the pictorial element was front and center in a way that I have never seen before. Now, I haven't been around for everything. I freely admit that maybe I've missed something. Maybe there has been an illness. Maybe there has been a declared pandemic. Maybe there's been some other instance where the picture of it just was so often accompanying the story of it or any talk of it. But to me, it just seemed like, in this case, it was a part of this conditioning, this conditioning of fear, showing us this inhuman little gross little germ, this virus, this with all the little the nodules and all of these, just there's something about the sight of it that, again, I think is meant to make us feel fearful. And they really exploited that to the hilt. I mean, they really went balls deep with that ball, with that corona ball. It'd be kind of funny if they started making like little playground balls, or things that you play with at the pool, the things that you throw. Like if they made COVID-19 balls, I would kind of enjoy that. That would be a nice little counter programming against all the associations of fear and loathing and terror and all of the attendant social conditioning. towards tyranny, towards medical tyranny, which soon came into effect with the lockdown, and still is in effect over much of the world. Anyway, that was just an idea that came to mind, and it's something that I'll probably include in my ongoing work. The lockdown is a psyop, but I just wanted to talk about it now in a piecemeal sort of way. So I did. Let me know what you think. Andy Nowicki, altrightnovelist.com, lowstatusnovelist.blogspot.com.